You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White sports fans, we are back together with another video. What is going on, Rhodes?
Nothing much, Mr. Matrix. We are indeed back. Yeah, you sent this to me, and I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, Rhodes is going to be kind of going in fresh on this. He doesn't really kind of know the whole thing that's going on. But summarize this. Kevin Durant, he wants out of Brooklyn. Right. Now, he's made it pretty clear that he wants to go to either, at least the rumors anyway, he wants to go to the Suns or he wants to go to the Miami Heat, right? I think it's the Miami Heat.
Yeah. And I could spend a whole video hammering him over wanting off on yet another team, but I digress.
Yeah. Both of those teams have been in the finals. Phoenix just won 60-plus games, but if you're the Brooklyn Nets, you're going to probably listen to the best offer out there, right?
Yeah. Whoever offers you the most is absolutely the one you're going to take. Yeah.
Yes.
Plus, not only that, but they had to sit through Durant sitting out an entire season for what? An Achilles tendon, I think, that ruptured or something like that.
Right.
So, man, the Nets just got hosed all the way around. Around.
So yesterday was 4th of July, so I'm not exactly sure if the sports shows were on or not, but this is essentially the Monday now after we found out that Kevin Durant wants to leave. So on FS1, first things first, Chris Broussard is on there, and he's weighing in on Kevin Durant. He actually talked about the Toronto Raptors, and he said that Kevin Durant would not go to Toronto. But the reason why he actually said Kevin Durant would go there, it was a racial reason. So the race card is played, and it's not going very well for Chris Broussard. So let's go ahead and dive into this here. Over here on the New York Post. Chris Broussard has racial reason why Kevin Durant wouldn't go to Toronto. Now, when I heard that KD was, he wanted out of Brooklyn, Toronto Raptors never came to mind. And it had nothing to do with race. When you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I never crossed my mind, although the Raptors were just in the finals. When was it? 2 seasons ago?
Well, that's when they won it.
Seasons ago,
when the Golden State Warriors fell apart physically.
Yeah.
And Kawhi Leonard was there. Now, Kawhi Leonard was there. Remember, he left after that season. He didn't even want to go there. Remember, he had an expiring contract anyway.
What was their? I'm looking right now to see what their record was this year. Oh, they were still competitive this year.
They were good.
Yeah, 48-34.
Yeah, but they're not a contender. They're not going to win the title, even if they get Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant put out 2 teams that they would probably win the title if he was on the team. Miami Heat, pretty good team. Phoenix Suns had the best record in the NBA.
Look, I'm probably not the one to ask here because unless Kevin Durant has like 2 other superstars, he never wins a title anyway. I mean, let's be real, okay?
He's kind of destroying his legacy.
Absolutely.
Because I said this on Sports War stream. After Steph Curry won the title this past season, there was a lot of talk about him being a top 10 player of all time. I'm like, no, he's not. I don't even think he's a better player than Kevin Durant. But I see why people are actually saying that, because the way KD is operating now, it's not looking good for him.
No, it's
not. I mean, would you ever say that for 1 second you ever thought that Steph Curry was a better player than Kevin Durant?
In current context, yes.
But without the current context, let's say that Steph Curry didn't even win this title. Did you ever think he was a better player than Kevin Durant?
Well, if he didn't,
it's a flat no for me.
If he didn't win the titles, no. But look, winning championships is my number one
And I get
prerequisite
that.
for determining all time status.
I get
So
that.
that's when you take away my number one go to, then yeah, I mean it does change it. But to me, championship is everything. I mean, Dan Marino would look unbelievably different with
Oh
one
man,
ring right now.
you're right about that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
absolutely.
let's get in this. Chris
All right.
Broussard made a controversial claim as to why Kevin Durant would not want to play for the Toronto Raptors. Speaking on FS1 on Monday, Broussard explained that he believed race would play a role. Quote, I don't think KD will want to go to Toronto, Broussard said. I visited there many times covering the league. Great city, but it's not America. And you feel it when you're there. I'm telling you, especially as an African American, it's a different situation than African Americans are used to being in. I've talked to people in that organization, pre-GM Masi Urji. I always mispronounce his name. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but anyway, about can they keep African American superstars there? Now, I'm going to say this, then I'm going to let you go. If he just would have stopped, but it's not America and you feel it when you're there, I wouldn't have had a problem with that because Toronto is not America. And a lot of these NBA superstars are American. So if he stopped there and didn't go into race, I probably would not have a problem with what he said.
Well, number one, it's my understanding that Canada and Toronto in particular, they're some of the most accepting places in all of the world far as anybody goes. Like anybody. My sister lived in Canada for many years. She loved it. She absolutely loved it. And it's a diverse, it's more diverse than people understand in Canada, especially in places like Toronto. Look, Toronto's got a long history of great African-American players. I mean, Joe Carter is a god up there. You know, remember playing for the Blue Jays? They loved Joe Carter.
I was a Joe Carter fan.
Yeah, I was too. Of course, I remember Joe with the Indians.
Yeah.
I
don't get into some other players too. We'll get into some other players.
Where did he get this from exactly? I mean,
I don't know.
Was this Chris Broussard channeling his inner ex-ESPN employee? Do they automatically train their ESPN journalists to go to race the first thing with every argument they possibly have? Because I don't understand this. I don't know where he pulled this from. It doesn't make any sense. Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan have been up there for how long? Forever?
Yeah.
You know,
Vince Carter played there for what, 7-8 years?
Yeah.
Tracy Grady was there for 4 years. Did you ever hear them complain about race as the reason why they didn't stay there?
Well, look, one of the other narratives out there from all the wokesters is the fact that America is supposed to be so damn racist right now.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we keep hearing?
Mm-hmm.
That America is a largely racist country. Well, by that definition, you would want to go to Toronto, wouldn't you? I can't keep up with the woke sports narratives going on right now. Which is it exactly?
Exactly.
Is America largely racist, or is there some underlying racism in Toronto that we don't know about? Chris Broussard, you're going to have to elaborate. Now, he did come back and make some comments, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. We're going to get to that.
Okay.
But
okay.
But look at the expression on the face of Nick right here on the left. You know he's pretty woke.
Oh yeah, he's real woke.
This seems like it was a little bit probably too much for him, and I would play the clip, but
they'll nail us. Yeah,
they'll nail us. Fox Sports always does that, so not going to do that. Okay, but I had to actually show that right there.
He's like, oh crap.
Yeah,
that's an oh crap look on your face. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely an oh crap look on his face. But here's the thing: the media in Toronto went after Chris Broussard here.
So
as I go back here and share my screen, it says here, let me go up. I probably missed something here. No, I didn't. It says here, in the TV segment, Broussard proceeded to say that Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Chris Bosh all left the Raptors. Quote, I don't think KD would be happy there, and that would be a problem, Broussard said. That's why, due Masi Urji's credit, he's made them into an international team. The best players they have tend to be the best international players, or guys like DeMar DeRozan or Kyle Lowry, who aren't superstars. The reaction, particularly from Canadian media, was sharply negative towards Broussard. Now, here it says, quote, you tell me you know nothing about Toronto or KD, or need to badly reach Carabana one time. One of the worst takes, tweeted Donovan Bennett, a host for Sportsnet in Canada. He is a black guy, and this dude was wearing a George Floyd shirt, and he's slamming Chris Broussard for this take, for insinuating that race is going to play a factor, and he won't go there because of race.
It's a weird take. It
is a weird take, but we're going to get to his response, because he was getting bashed. Quote, Toronto literally named the most diverse city in the world, tweeted Kel Wright, who makes content for the Memphis Grizzlies. She's a white lady. Rondé,
so that's just what I was saying right there. She said,
I know, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did. Rondé Hollis Jefferson, who played one season for Toronto, and he's black, also spoke out against Broussard. Quote, yeah, this is a stretch. Canadians love you like you grew up there. He's tripping. Unbelievable that he would do this.
That's the kind of thing I've always heard, is they're incredibly accepting of everybody, regardless of race up there. Yeah. He literally pulled that out of his ass for the sake of wokeness. That's what happens when wokeness goes wrong. I mean, it always goes wrong, but this time it went wrong the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just got this one flat wrong.
Really wrong. So, after the backlash, he tweets this out. I never said blacks are treated worse in Toronto than in America. Never. That's ridiculous. I said living there is different and, quote, not the same as living in America for blacks. Very diverse city, but here's the thing that's going to get him in trouble here. But just 8% black. I love visiting Toronto. Visiting.
Yikes.
This is not a good take from him when he brings up that it's a problem because the city is 8% black. Now, Rhodes, I did a little bit of research here before I set up this stream.
Okay.
Let's go over here and look at the percentage of black people in some of these major cities where athletes love to play. So, as you can see here, don't a whole bunch of athletes love to play in LA, Los Angeles?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I get that this is Metro right here. Los Angeles Metro, 6.4% black.
Ruh-roh.
That number is definitely lower than Toronto, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep going on. Boston, Massachusetts. Didn't Paul Pierce play in Boston?
Correct. Let's see.
7.4%. Vince Wilfork. Now, granted, Foxborough suburb, but still. Not a lot of black people up there.
Correct.
Bill Russell played up there. Now, he played during the time when it was actual real racism going on.
Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, we could go D. Brown, Reggie Lewis. I mean, should I go on? Rajon Rondo, Glenn Big Baby David. I mean, the list goes on. And those players are beloved in Boston, by the way. Beloved. They're legendary. Come on.
Speaking of San Francisco and Oakland, 7.1% black. The Golden State Warriors, defending champs, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, because he's biracial, Draymond Green.
Right.
Do they have a problem living in the Bay Area?
Not a single bit.
In
In fact, if jumper cables that gave truth serum were hooked up to KD, he'd probably rather be back in Golden State right now.
Yep.
I mean, think about that a minute.
Let's look at one more. Phoenix metro area, 5.8% black. 5.8%.
Charles Barkley loved it there, by the way.
Oh, he did love it.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, 8.4%.
Did KD say something that would lead you to believe he wanted to go to a largely black supported area of some? I mean, did he make this racial in any way? That
No, this is something coming from the woke sports media.
Wow, that's an incredibly stupid take.
Yeah. Seattle, 6.1%. I'm pretty sure that the glove, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, I'm pretty sure they love their years in Seattle.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Wow.
Just a terrible take, man.
The Legion of Boom. Richard Sherman.
Right. Exactly.
That doesn't make sense.
That just got debunked right there. Wow. Why do they do this, man? Why do they do this?
Because look, you've heard me say this. How long have we been doing content together? Mr. Matrix, it is a race for the most woke. You've heard me say that many times. You will never be woke enough. The woke eat the woke. And because it's a race for the most woke, the virtue signaling points, you get guys like Chris Broussard that are throwing things out that even to the woke doesn't make sense, and then he's going to get drugged. Yeah. This is what happens when you don't use your brain when you're reporting on sports. He was at one time one of the best basketball journalists in the world.
Yeah.
At one time. Chris Broussard, absolutely. I can remember him being great 15 years ago before the dark days of ESPN.
True.
The woke days. Yeah, he was really good.
Now, I'm going to tell you, man, honestly, you being a redneck from Texas, I can't see you wanting to live in Toronto.
Why?
I'm pretty sure you probably don't have much in common with people in Toronto outside of skin color.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily want to live in a big city, but that's anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I'm more of a rural, like to be out in the country, that sort of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have absolutely, Toronto to me would be no different than you saying, hey, do you want to go to Denver or anywhere else? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
well, years ago, I went to Vancouver. Went up to Vancouver. I saw one black person up there. Not for 1 second did I feel uncomfortable out there. Now, I was actually mainly in a suburb called Richmond, which is mostly Asian people. I didn't feel uncomfortable for 1 second there. I wasn't thinking, man, I don't belong here.
Right.
This is just a race card being played by Chris Broussard. And the people up there in Richmond, very nice. Very nice. But I'm a Texan. Culturally, we're different. I actually asked for iced tea up there. They don't have iced tea like we have down here. That's a cultural difference. No, they don't. They don't have brewed iced tea. You have to get it like in a can. It's not the same. Not the same.
Oh, wow. I know my sister lived in Canada for years. She loved it.
Oh,
that's all I can say. Yeah.
Well, any other final words, Rhodes?
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
Yep. Let us know what you guys think in the comments section. Chris Broussard, This was a pretty dumb take right here.
Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.